welcome to the season opener of Good Morning Greyhounds. I'm your host, Erin Rostron. We have quite the show in store, so stay tuned. To honor this being the first episode of the year, we're going to get to know some of our very own Greyhounds today. We're going to start off with the do's and don'ts, advice, and what it's like to actually be a Greyhound. First up, we have Alexa. Alexa, go ahead and give us an introduction about yourself. Tell me who you are, what year you are, what you're studying, that kind of stuff.
All right. I am a senior this year, very excited. Last semester, actually, I graduate in December. I study biology with a minor in chemistry, and next year I'll actually be doing my occupational therapy doctorate here. So very excited.
Doctorate? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, so what was that like trying to decide how you knew you wanted to go into the doctorate degree?
It was a really long process, and it took me all the way up until last year. I know that I love the medical sciences, and I know that I love teaching, so I wanted something that kind of put those two together, and OT definitely does that. And then deciding between master's and doctorate, your doctorate just gives you a lot more opportunities, so I'm excited.
So what kind of job are you looking at? Sorry if that's a stupid question.
No,
what kind of job are you planning on doing with that kind of a degree?
Yeah, so I want to work with kids. That's what I love to do. It's what I've always loved to do. At a school or a hospital, or haven't really decided that far yet. Hopefully clinicals will help me out with that.
Oh my gosh, I have a couple friends who are in clinicals, and they are there all day.
It's like a job. It is. It's like a job, but you have to pay to do it.
Oh my gosh, so how are you feeling about being a senior in general? Because you're getting close to the end, you're a December graduate, I am too, so I get that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
So tell me how you're feeling about this being your final semester here at UINDY.
I am so excited. I actually have the least amount of credit hours I've ever had.
How many?
I'm at 13. I've been at 18 every semester, so I feel like I'm honestly on vacation this semester. So yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm finishing up my honors project, so just a lot of getting stuff done and putting a bow on everything and ready to go.
Tell me a little bit about the honors project.
Okay.
I want to hear about it.
So the blanket pitch is I'm looking at bacteria in soil and whether or not they are resistant to antibiotics. So it's kind of cool, and it's got a lot of real world, implications. This is really fun.
Okay, I'm a comm major. I don't know anything about that, but that sounds incredible. Wow, okay. So kind of switching gears into how you you've been here for all 4 years, since you were a freshman. If you could go back to when you were a freshman, what would you tell yourself now?
Oh goodness. I would tell myself to chill out a little bit. I know definitely my freshman year, I was always making sure I was fully on time all the time, and a lot of times I prioritized maybe classes over my own mental health or physical health, and I think had I just, calmed down a little bit, I would have been a lot happier in the long run and feel a lot better in the long run. But, it takes a little bit to get into that groove, and just kind of calm down, let whatever's gonna happen, and
it's funny, that's I get that answer all the time. We're going to ask another one of our guests that later on in the show, and I guarantee they're going to probably say something pretty similar. Because it's true, you just you go back and you wish you could tell yourself it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And it is gonna be fine.
Going to be okay. If you are 5 minutes late to that one class, it's going to be okay.
It will.
It will.
It's incredible. So then we have, what you would tell yourself. What are some do's and don'ts? If you can go back, all those little TikToks, YouTube videos you'd watch as an incoming senior, you were I have to bring this to school. I can't bring this. What are the do's and don'ts of being a college student?
Oh goodness. I think the do's are putting yourself out there as much as you can. I was not a very social high schooler, and that definitely changed once I got to college. And so don't worry what other people are going to think about you. I guess that's a don't. Don't let your mind get in your way of having fun. Go to all the events, go do all the things, because even if you go and realize you don't like it, you can always leave. But definitely go do things, and don't let your own brain stop you from having fun.
Oh, I love it. I remember freshman year, I used to go to all the bingo events.
Yes.
And actually, one of our people in the studio right now posted a video yesterday of me screaming bingo my first year, and it really does make a difference when you go to those events. It's strange at first because you're getting to know people, but it really does open you up to everyone around you. What has been the most challenging part thus far when it comes to being a Greyhound?
Oh goodness. Me personally is like some of the classes in my major, like I had to take organic chemistry and physics, but I think beyond like the challenge of how hard those classes were was just not letting it get me down. Like I would very much just come to a full stop if something was too difficult. So that was really a challenge for me, like not letting, you know, how hard these classes are completely get me down. I'd have to get back up and keep trying, but I did, and now we're about to graduate.
When my classes got hard, I switched majors. So you're better than I am. That's so incredible. So what are you gonna miss most about being in school?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I can't fully answer this because I do have 4 more years ahead of me, but it's okay. What I will miss most is the people. I love all of the people at UINDY. I'm gonna miss all my undergraduate professors and all the people I work with, and all my friends are gonna graduate and leave. So the people have always been my favorite part of UINDY, and that's why I think part of why I'm staying longer in here, because I just love them so much.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on
this morning.
Of course,
thank you.
We appreciate having you. You're incredible. We're going to switch over to our first break, and then we will come back with our next guest, who's going to give us like the puppy perspective, if you will, of being a Greyhound. We'll be right back.
We'll leave it to our actual athletes. Watch UINDY TV's live sports broadcast on GLVCSN and YouTube.
There's often a moment when you're helping somebody with math where they just suddenly get over that little barrier and they get it. It's a nice aha moment, and I really like being involved in helping students achieve that moment, and we do get a lot of those here in the tutoring lab.
Welcome back. My name is Erin. I'm here with Moosey. Moosey is a freshman here at UINDY, so we just talked to one of our seniors who's a great example of what an experienced Greyhound looks like. And now we're going to switch gears and see what it's like coming in for the first year. So go ahead, Moosey, tell me who you are, major, where you're from, all that kind of intro stuff.
So my name is Moosey Matthews. I major in finance, and I'm from Africa. It's in Botswana. It's like the southernmost region, and this is my first time being in the US.
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you actually know our producer on Delay, right?
Yeah, he's like a big brother to me. Yeah.
That's what he was. So when he was talking about getting you here on the show this morning, he was like, "Yeah, I have a friend, and he's from the same place as me." And I was like, "That's incredible!" And it's because of swimming, right?
Yeah.
So you're also a swimmer.
Yes.
So I'm guessing you swim back at home. So
yeah.
How has swimming impacted your first year here? Has it been?
Whoa. Swimming here is very tough. Yeah. I had to like get adjusted to it. I'm still like in the process of adjusting to it, especially with like school also, and working around school, going to gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. But I think it's been really good. There have been a lot of people who've been like helping me, especially on the team, the coach, and Delay, for example, his older brother. So I think it's been really good, yeah.
That's awesome that you're able to kind of have that balance right from the beginning, because I know that a lot of our student athletes have to find that really good like balance.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm sure, something that's really been helpful in like the whole transition to, from school to college.
Yeah.
So tell me, what has been the most interesting or fun part about being a freshman here?
Oh, definitely the people. There are a lot of different people, especially like in college. Like you see a lot of different people, how they talk and how they interact with other people. And it's really interesting. Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
It's like the social aspect of it?
Yeah, the social aspect,
It's a change, yeah, that's definitely a change for everyone, and I remember my first year, it's a total change, but I bet, coming here for the first time, it probably was like a completely different experience for you. But how exciting.
Yeah.
Has it been hard being away from like home and like your family, or you found like your own UINDY family here that kind of helps with the adjustment?
I haven't really got into thinking about that, hey, because there's just been a lot going on.
Yes,
but
for sure.
I think I did think about it, like, I thought about how I'm not with my parents anymore, you know? For like the past 18 years, I've been with my whole family, and now I'm just like not. And it wasn't really an existential crisis or anything, but I mean, not fighting with my sister all the time, and not like fight with my brother also. It's like, it's weird, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They figure out a way to fight with you still. I got into a fight with my sister last night, and she's in Chicago, so there's that. I love her to pieces. I love you, Amanda. So, what has been different than what you've expected? So we see what, you know, what you've enjoyed so far, but what's been like something that you did not expect?
Something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to be so like free. So it's really like flexible, everything. I think that sort of puts like everything in your responsibility, like going to class in your responsibility. Like no one's looking over you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do everything by yourself. And I think that was a shocker to me, but I also like it, you know, because I get to like do things on my own times. You know?
Right, and that's something that's a lot of freedom that a lot of people kind of struggle with their first year, because it's like, how do you balance the whole being alone your first time, but also having all these new responsibilities without, you know, your parents over your shoulder, your professor or your teachers, I guess, at the time walking you through it all. It's a big change. So, you know, that'll get easier, I'm sure. It got easier for everyone else, kind of. So, what is your finance major?
Finance major, yeah.
Is your goal at the end of your 4 years, 3 years, however long you want to be here? What's your goal with that? Where do you see yourself going?
I sort of want to be a financial analyst.
Oh,
right? Yeah. I'm not really like stuck on it, but I think that's like one of the career paths I want to take. Also maybe an investment banker, but I heard that like can be like really challenging, you know?
Yeah. It can definitely, For those that are not aware, I was a business major my first year. I was telling them about it. And I took accounting and I switched majors. So I have a serious respect for people in the school business. It is hard work. It is hard. And the cool thing about business, like the school business as a whole, is you have so many options. And most people, the freshmen, don't know where they're going. Like a lot of us back here still don't know where we're going. So it's something that I think even just having like a rough idea is you're right where you need to be, which is awesome. It sounds incredibly difficult.
Yeah, and financial accounting is like a class that we're doing. It's so hard.
Yeah.
I've been struggling,
Yeah, that's Chegg. Chegg will do it for you. But don't use it as a resource. So, yeah, that was a hard one. And then you'll take managerial accounting too, right?
Yeah, I think next semester,
Yeah. And then we're doing like stats, I'm sure. Or
I think so. I'm not too sure about that, but
stats did it for me.
Okay.
It was not good.
I'll look out for that.
If you could tell yourself, you've only been here for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what would you already have been doing? Like, if you can go back to those 4 weeks when you're coming in here, would you tell yourself to kind of chill out, or do you think all that pressure was kind of good to keep you ready for it?
I think that pressure was good, definitely. Or, I mean, I think that pressure forms diamonds, you know? Like, under pressure, that's where people, like, do the best things, and if you're, like, too relaxed, then I don't think things will work out for you. So I think that the pressure of doing things, like, properly, and, like, you know, making my room, doing everything, I think that was good for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's an interesting perspective, because I think a lot of people get caught up in that pressure, but I think when you use it as like kind of like a weapon to get like better, I think that's a good, especially as an athlete too, because like you need that kind of pressure to kind of keep self-improving and pushing yourself forward. I think
definitely.
It's awesome. That is so cool. Oh my god. So how has like swimming been? I think it is so, especially since we had just had like a bunch of like Olympians, like we had people going all the way to Paris. So what's it feel like being part of like that team? It's
crazy, because like so many people like are really fast. Like there's a guy named Cedric who went to the Olympics. Yeah, he was a finalist. And he's so fast. Everyone is fast. It's a very big team also.
Yeah.
They're like 90 swimmers.
That's insane.
Around 80 to 90 swimmers. So it's actually kind of cool swimming with a lot of people. It can be overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
But I like it. Me personally, I like it,
That's insane. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I could sit here and chat forever, but thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you
We
so
are going
much.
to run into our next break. When we get back, we're going to switch gears just a little more. I'll introduce that when we get back, but stay tuned.
How about those Nuggets this year, Jace? It sounds like a chip to me.
They ain't going back to back. Ain't no one getting past Boston. They got a super team, man.
All right, Jace, check up. This is Last Call. Jace and I head-to-head on football, baseball, basketball, and everything UINDY.
Mondays, 6 p.m. UINDY TV on YouTube and Xfinity Stream Channel 1096.
Before we bring on our last guest, we're going to take a look at our person on the street. Our very own Kendall Pearson went around campus to ask some of our Greyhounds some questions about the school year. Let's see what they had to say.
What is your name?
My name is Jasmine.
And what year are you here?
I'm a freshman.
I'm a junior.
I'm a senior this year.
I'm a first-year grad student.
I'm a 5th year in grad school.
I'm a freshman.
You're a freshman. Okay, so why did you decide to come to University of Indianapolis?
Well, there was a lot of options, and this one was more like what interested me. And also, it's 5 minutes away from where I live.
Junior, so what do you love the most about being back on campus?
I love how pretty the campus is. Like, the campus in the fall is, like, I think the most beautiful time on campus, and knowing that it's going to start to, like, transition to all the fall colors soon, and also just having the sense of community back.
What would you like to do after graduation?
Hopefully something within TV or radio, because I'm like getting used to it.
Are you wanting to choose to do grad Okay, and if you could give any advice to any freshmen here on UIndy's campus, what would it be?
I would just say take advantage of your opportunities in terms of like in classes and different stuff like that. Take advantage of the free time you get in terms of doing your homework and just staying up on your assignments.
And as a junior, how has your experience as a Greyhound been so far?
I would say it's been pretty solid. I'm a sport management major here, and I'm really grateful for all the professors that I've had like throughout the department. So academically, it's been incredible.
And how do you feel about being a Greyhound so far? What has your experience been like?
It's been good, actually. The students, the teachers, everybody makes it like even better. I didn't know everybody was going to be so welcoming, actually, so that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Well, technically this is my first year at UINDY, but I'm an international transfer. I was studying college at Ecuador, and I just decided that I wanted to change a little bit and find a more challenging challenge. And I decided to come to UINDY because I fell in love with their spine system in the engineering department. I really like how they treat the international community here, and the cafe is amazing.
It is great to have our Greyhounds back on campus. It's just, campus comes to life every August. It's insane to see. Let's keep it moving forward though with our final guest, Ellie, who also happens to be my roommate. Welcome on, Ellie.
Oh.
Thanks for coming on this morning. I know we have the class immediately after this, so we really appreciate you taking the time to come out this morning.
Of course, I love it.
Same drill, you've heard the other guests. Tell me who you are, major, where you're from, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so as you already know, because you're my roommate, my name is Ellie Williams, and I'm from Northwest Indiana, so I'm a region rat. My major is elementary education, and I am a senior.
Excellent. So Ellie and I get into quite a tiff about what like a region rat actually is, because I'm from the Chicagoland area and she's from the Ratville.
I am, Ratville.
So senior in LED, what has that been like throughout the 4 years you're at where you're at now? What has it been like kind of through student teaching, all your classes, to where you're at now?
Yeah, so I would say what I really love about UIndy is that we get into the classroom starting our freshman year, like our second or third week. And so I've had a lot of experience inside the classroom. I would say last year, my junior year was definitely the hardest year because there's a lot going on. You have to pass this huge portfolio. But I finally got through that, and now I have, kind of like Alexa said, I have like 12 credit hours this semester, so I'm able to kind of relax a little bit. I have some fun classes going on, and I'm also doing an apprenticeship where I work in a school. So
that's, first of all, having just a slight little bit of credit hours is something incredible. I have 17, unfortunately. I had to add on an extra
favorite.
I love it. Why are you choosing LED over secondary ed? That's something I find so fascinating.
Yeah, so I definitely want to teach like fourth graders, maybe fifth or third, but I definitely want to do fourth. The thought of having to teach high schoolers, like I just could not do it. Like you could not pay me enough money to do that.
So you wouldn't teach us all in like the studio or anything? You wouldn't sit down and teach us for any sum of money?
I mean, it would have to be like a pretty good sum.
Got it. Okay. So you have a couple years left, or not even years. You have all year because you just have this and you graduate in May. So tell me about what you want to do after graduation.
After graduation, I'm most likely going to stay in the Indianapolis area, and then I definitely want to get a position teaching 4th grade. Just be a teacher.
Oh my gosh. Kids are something else. Kids are something else.
I love kids.
It takes a special breed to, you come home, like she'll come home at the end of the day and she has the most insane stories.
I do.
Were we like that when we were in 4th grade? All right, what advice would you tell your freshman self, you know, you're coming on campus for the first time? What do you wish you knew then that you didn't?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to sound repetitive, but I definitely would also tell myself it's okay, like you're going to be okay. It's very scary coming in as a freshman when like your entire family lives 3-4 hours away. It can be very intimidating, especially when you don't have your car freshman year, which also I would recommend not having your car freshman year, because then you're kind of like, you're immersed in the campus. You have to be there, like you're stuck there. So I would definitely say like, do not bring your car. But definitely I would say go to more events. Like I definitely started to go to more events towards the end of the year. Like you said, bingo, we went to bingo a lot. But I would definitely say get more involved and try to like get out and see like the entire city of Indianapolis more.
Yeah, there's so much to do. And it's hard to see your first year because you're so focused on doing somewhere new. But there, like the Indianapolis area has like endless opportunities for fun. That's a good thing. So a lot of people focus on just school, but there's a lot more. There's a perk about being like at UINDY in particular. Do's and don'ts. Let's get right into that.
Okay, let's see. So I would say do not bring your car. Do go to all the events. Do try to make connections. You never know what kind of connections you're going to make. So my freshman year of classes, I met our 3rd roommate, and then I met Erin through the UINDY Hounds, like New Hounds Connect. We met on there our senior year of high school, and then we just never stopped talking, and now we're roommates. So definitely try to make as many connections as you can. I would say, that's a tough one. I would say do go to the caf and do try to make sure that you're eating like vegetables and fruits. I feel like I ate a lot of ramen my freshman year.
I still eat a lot of ramen.
Yeah, it's hard. And like once you transition into cooking for yourself, like it's difficult. You have to remind yourself, oh, you need to eat like all the food groups.
I went to Aldi last night. You should have seen what I bought.
You can show me later.
So you heard Moosey talking a little bit about how he thinks that pressure is actually like a good thing when it comes to your first year. Would you agree with that? I know the pressure gets people, but do you think having that pressure is good?
I would say it's very good. I'm one of those people who I definitely let pressure get to me, probably too much, but it's pushed me. Like I've gotten as far as I am because I've been pushed and because I've had the pressure. And so even if there's not even pressure from outside people, like I'll put that pressure on myself to do better and to meet certain goals. I definitely feel like I wouldn't be where I am today without pressure.
Such an interesting perspective. So fascinating. I think it's very true. It's just, I love hearing like alternate perspectives on pressure because it's a very like double-edged sword type of thing.
Yeah.
So best thing that has happened to you as a Greyhound and most challenging thing you've had to experience during these 4 years?
I would say the most challenging thing would definitely be the portfolio that I talked about, which I did last year. I passed, thankfully, but that was definitely the hardest part of my UINDY career. Like I was basically living in the library.
That's true.
Like it was horrible. I literally lived there. Every single day I would go. Like I would go from classes and work and then I'd go straight to the library. So that was definitely very difficult. But I feel like my biggest accomplishment is I feel like I've built a pretty good community within our education program. Like I feel like I'm definitely somebody who, like when they need to run events or they need advice from an upperclassman, they usually go to me, and so that makes me feel really good that I've built those connections with my professors and other classmates. And I'm definitely, like I'm putting my all into this, and I feel like I'm definitely taking the most out of this opportunity.
Would you say that UINDY has like built your confidence up to the point where you feel good about entering like the workforce, or are you still feeling kind of nervous about it?
I would say 100%, especially because they have us inside the classroom starting our freshman year, so I've built up that confidence of working with kids, working with other teachers. And then they also have brought back the apprenticeship, which I did last year, where you go and you work in an elementary school like as an instructional assistant. And so that has been amazing. So now I'm about to start my student teaching, and I feel like I kind of already have like an upper hand on it because I've had all this experience already.
That is so exciting. That is, I'm so excited for you. Like I said, we're roommates, so I get to see everything that so Ellie does, but also our third roommate's an Allen major, and it is just incredible to see them just like grow in their education. It is so fascinating. Let's see, what's your favorite thing to do in the Indianapolis area? Since you brought it up. What do you like doing downtown?
So I would say this year and last year, I've definitely gotten more into going to different farmers markets. I love farmers markets. There's one in like Greenwood, there's one in like Garfield Park, there's one in Broad Ripple. Like I love going to different farmers markets. And I've recently been trying to go to like different events around the entire city, like Facebook events, shout out. I love going to just different events around the city because I never did that the other years. And so it's nice to be able to actually, it's hard to know where to go when you don't know anything. So I love having events or connections to go.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. Going and doing things is the way to do it. So that's all the time we have, Ellie. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Thank everyone for tuning in today. Same time every week, Wednesday at 8 a.m. We'll be right back here for Good Morning Greyhounds. Take care.